Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and poor decisions? Well, good news. Race Wrap Guy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, Race Wrap Guy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let Race Wrap Guy make your car look like it actually belongs there.
The checker flag has flown and the race is over, and now we're gonna rant about it. My name is RB Turner, and here with me is my co-host. That is, say your name, Colby.
I'm Colby.
He is Colby Peterson. And we are here with last night's winner from the AMP Racing League Cup Series. We was at some dumb place. Pocono. We was at Pocono, and he pretty much killed us all. This is Christopher Darling. What's up, man?
Not a lot. Enjoying my Monday night with you guys.
Yeah, doing your media tour?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. I've been doing a media tour in my own head pretty much all day, so.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, well, make this pretty easy, just walk through your night.
Man, I did a lot of complaining. I don't know. I think I've talked to you guys a couple times on Discord. That's pretty much my whole night every week. I just complain the entire time I'm sim racing to where I've officially turned on push to talk now in our Discord, so Steven and Michael don't have to listen to me. So, yeah, I wasn't really confident during practice. Car was pretty tight for me. I like a loose car, so
car was stupid
yeah,
tight.
I went down into turn 1 in qualifying on my first lap, smashed right into the wall. So I had to stop, get back on track so I could do a second lap without damage, and somehow ended up second place. I have no clue what happened. I had no clue what I was doing.
You're definitely on Steven Laskowski's team. I don't know how that happened. I just fucked around and qualified on the front row, and then I won the sumbitch. I don't know how.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I wish I was joking, but I really don't. I told Steven and Michael when I finished my lap, I'm like, oh man, I think I'm gonna end up like mid-pack. Like that did not feel good at all. And then Steven goes, "You're on the front row." I go, "Oh, no kidding. All right, well, I don't know what I'm doing." And then by the time the green flag waved, I'm looking out. I clear. Who started on the pole? Was it
Barr?
Was it Barr? Yeah. So I somehow cleared Josh going into the tunnel turn, I think. So suddenly I'm in the lead, right? And I think I ran 2 laps up there, and I thought I was being intelligent. I go, Steven, I'm going to drop back. I'm going to let Barr go. I'm going to let you go because I figured, these 2 guys are always fast. I'm gonna drop back, fall behind you guys. I'm just going to follow you. That was the incredibly wrong decision. I didn't realize how bad the car was going to be in traffic. And once I got back there, I pretty much was just giving the entire race complete mid-noodling the whole race. It was probably the worst I've felt in a car. It was so tight. So I was just managing. Got to race with RB, very aggressive, coming off the corners. Made me angry once, I think. I complained once. Maybe twice. Yeah.
I probably did. I pissed off a few people, I think.
You were running good, though. You were fast. You were doing what you're supposed to do.
For a minute.
Nah, you were doing, dude, you were pretty quick last night. Yeah, I was just managing all night, just feeling tight. I think at one point my brake bias was so low. I was running like 26.7 brake bias. It was way lower than I should have been.
God. Wow.
Oh yeah, I had my
I was
my
at
rear,
40.
like I can't remember. My rear was like either my rear or my front was maxed out, so this way all the brakes were in the rear. I was at like 26.7, so I came in, I think 3rd or 4th place into the pits on that first pit stop that we had. And I slid through Steven's box, through mine, and ended up in bars. And I lost, I think, 9 spots.
You and 7 other people last night.
So, I don't know.
That first pit stop was interesting. A lot of people slid their box on that first pit stop.
I don't think I've ever slid that far on iRacing through pit stops. So from there, I was just pretty much thinking that I screwed my race up again, like I have all season. Because honestly, I've screwed up pretty much every race on my own accord. It's been so weird. And what's what's funny about it is, speaking on that, I can literally go back to every race and say which part of the race I personally messed up myself to get me into a bad spot. So yeah, that was pretty much my whole race until the very end. I think I don't remember when the last time we pit was. I took 2 tires and ended up like 4th place. And honestly, the only reason I did that was because I was so tight. I thought maybe to balance the car up, maybe loosen me up a little. I want to say it was like, yeah, it was like 24 to go or something. So I took the 2 and we went green, and Steven was right behind me on 4 tires. And he was telling me he was going to take me 3 wide into turn 1. So of course, at that point, I'm like, oh, well, shoot, I better send it then, because if he sends me 3 wide and I get behind him, I'm never going to pass him. So I sent it down into the corner. I couldn't even tell you where I let off. I was so late. I was pretty sure I was just slamming into everybody. And it ended up sticking. I think I was turning right more than I was turning left. That honestly kind of scared me a little bit. I thought I was going to spin out in front of everybody, but it stuck, and I drove around like 3 guys. I don't know. Then the rest of the race was just trying to chase down the 73. I don't remember who that is. I don't remember anybody. I still don't know anybody's names.
The easiest way to remember his name is just think of a case of beer.
There you go.
Jonathan Case Beer.
Yeah,
that's his
Case
name.
of beer. Okay, I like it. He was super fast. Super fast. I'm not really certain that he should have lost that race, honestly. I was gifted at the end a little bit. So
yeah, you're welcome. Somebody had to bring out a caution with 4 to go.
Well, he's talking about the restart.
Yeah, probably. The restart was a little iffy. So I think 1 to go before the restart. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, whoever has the clean air, that's who's going to win the race. Like, you're not gonna make pass for lead here. It's just not going to happen at this stage. We're all on older tires. I'm on 2 tires. I think he might have been on 2 tires as well. I'm not really sure.
I think he was.
But then Steven's right behind us with 4, and I think the hell was Zach? I think
Pop
Zach
was up there.
Yeah, I think he was right behind us too. I think he was on 4 tires as well. So I'm just thinking, you know what? My only shot at winning is to take a risk. I was totally willing to risk my whole race. I said, I'm going to go when I think he's going to go, because I've watched his last 3 restarts, I think, in a row. Mm-hmm. I was pretty sure I knew where he was going to go. So I went. He didn't want to go, is the thing. So I would have been wrong. I definitely would have got the black flag on that. The 11, I don't want to say it was him because I don't want to be wrong and be somebody else. Whoever was behind him bumped into the back bumper of him. And when that happened, even though I went early, that happened at the same exact time I went. And iRacing said that he restarted the race because his speed jumped. So as soon as his speed jumped and I went, that was it. He wasn't even on the gas, I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't even know. No. All I know is...
Well, I do know what happened.
iRacing gifted me one, and I'm not going to complain about it. If it were to get taken away, I'd still consider it a win in my book.
I'll tell you what. You're right. Pop bumped him, and it sped him up. Now, whether he had hit the gas or not, I don't really know. There's not a whole lot of evidence. This is the thing.
Yeah.
To me, and I think the other admins, it kind of looked like y'all sort of went like at the same time. And when he went, you're like just behind him.
Yeah.
And what happened was he shifted. And when he shifted, you were back here, and it just jumped right here. So that's the reason you were ahead, at least from what I could tell.
Now
another thing, he didn't lose the race on the restart.
No.
He lost it going into the tunnel.
Yeah, I don't know what he did, but the entire 20 laps before, when I was behind him, he ran the high line through the tunnel turn. So when I didn't clear him off 1, I was thinking, I've been terrible in the tunnel turn all afternoon. You probably saw it behind me. Every time we went through the tunnel turn, when you were behind me on that long run, I was struggling through there. You'd gain like 2-3 tenths every single time. So I was thinking, you know what, I'm going to have to let off. I can't just run him into the wall. So I'm going to have to let off. He's just going to drive right around. But I don't know what happened. He never turned. I have no clue what happened to him. He was
probably trying too hard.
Yeah, he just stopped. And then with 1 to go, Steven's right behind me. I think he cleared the 73. So Steven's right behind me, coming off 1. If you remember, I talked about in qualifying how it was so tight that I slammed into the wall. 1 to go, I'm going through turn 1. And mind you, it's so loose before on the 2 tires that I'm pretty much turning right with my brake bias where it is. All of a sudden, it's tight. I smashed the wall so hard it gave me wheel damage. I didn't get a meatball somehow. I don't know like what the parameters are. But so I'm going down towards the tunnel turn, and I'm literally just yelling at Steven, "Don't do it to me, Steven. I want this one." So I don't know. It didn't happen, but yeah. So I don't know. I was really happy with that one. It's my home track. Well, kind of. So it's only about an hour and a half away.
Well, that's good. Congratulations on that. It was a good race, sort of, even for
Kind
me.
of, sort of.
Well, I mean, I ran good till I screwed myself. I spun myself out, and I never could recover. It's just that dirty air. I thought it was bad with 3 cars in front of me, with the entire field in front of me. It was awful. So
It got super bad back there.
yeah, I could
I
not
know.
turn to save my life. I
I
wrecked
seen
Colby.
like, dude, I'm back there. I think I was like 10th, and I'm back there just struggling, turning my wheel, and I just see Aaron just sticking the bottom. What on earth is this? Like, how is he doing this? Like, it's literally just wrapping the bottom like it's nothing. And I don't know.
He was
I
mad
couldn't believe
too.
that.
He was struggling too. I think it was more that he was just used to it, because he was back there the whole time in like 8th, 9th, 10th, and
Yeah.
so he was able to adapt. And then when you were running up towards the front, and myself, I was running up towards the front, and then when all of a sudden we get a whole bunch of cars in front of us, and now, oh my God, I can't turn.
Yeah.
I went in panic mode and pissed off a few people, I'm sure. I made my apology rounds this morning.
I've done
I
that all
sent
season.
messages to like 3 or 4 people this morning. I sent Colby a message last night, like, man. Yeah.
I'm doing that all season long. And the worst part is, like, I don't know anybody really still. So I'm like having to every single week I'm having to apologize to somebody new. I'm like,
Yeah.
hi sir, I don't know who you are, but I destroyed you last night. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it happens. It is what it is. I mean, most of the time
That was the
people
first time I talked to Chris, was when he fucked himself over at Kansas and drove right into me.
Yeah.
Which time?
Which
I don't
There
remember.
was that the time. I'm trying to remember. Kansas. Was that when I went
me and
through the
Zook
infield?
out. You took me and Zook out on that one.
I bet that was when I went through the infield. Dude, that specific one was some iRacing rookie stuff. There's been a lot of rust I've been trying to shake off, but yeah, that one at Kansas. Trying to remember it specifically. I do remember the part where I was going through the infield, and I'm like, man, I can keep this thing straight, bring it up on the apron, and not bring out a caution for everybody. So I
And then
tried
you
to do
found
that.
out that the apron at Kansas Motor Speedway is the only part of Kansas that isn't fucking flat.
I never made it to the apron. I found out there's a huge divot in the grass, and I got air. When I did hit the brakes, my car was still in the air, I think, and it just kind of kept going onto the track.
Yeah.
And it was, nobody really said anything. I don't know. I don't remember you being too angry.
I wasn't. I think at that point, I think I was already for it. Like, it doesn't matter what I do at Kansas. Like, I have never finished it. I have never finished on the lead lap at Kansas in an AMP race ever. And which, I call it my new home track, because I moved out here a year and a half ago, but it's just an hour and 20 minutes up the road from me. But and AMP, I don't think AMP ever has had a good clean race at Kansas before,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. So
Really? That's
yeah.
surprising. I'm kind of surprised in that. I don't feel like, so like when I race with you guys, like I've raced in a lot of leagues over the years, like I don't see you guys. I don't know, I'm surprised by the cautions, because when I'm coming up through the field, because I'm always spinning myself out or wrecking myself, so I'm always having to like drive in the pack. Like, I feel like the racing's pretty clean. I don't know. I don't understand the cautions, because I feel like everybody's racing clean. Even like I hear horror stories about Duff. Sorry, Duff, but like I haven't had a bad interaction. Like, yeah, he's frustrated me racing hard, but like I haven't seen where he's just wiped me out yet. So I don't know, man. I haven't had bad interactions
Go on.
so
So
far.
what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go on to Signature Esports on YouTube and just watch races.
No, I don't want to do
love
that.
you, Duff.
That'll give me preconceived notions right now. I have none so far. I need to
we
build my
were
own notebook.
we've talked about this multiple times, but and a lot of it's been, with Aaron about, a lot of the cautions are not genuine dirty driving. And I'd stand behind that. There's a lot of cautions that are because you put yourself in a shitty situation. There's a lot of cautions because you put yourself in a situation and somebody else reacted. We had that humongous wreck at, I believe it was Michigan, because there was a 4 wide scenario and a couple people just were like, I'd rather not. And so they tried to pull out and get out of the way and ended up not being clear. And it's stuff like that that happens all the time. And, you look back through a lot of race results for a lot of dudes, I mean, this is the 4th time this season that I have finished completely dead last. And it was nobody's fault, and obnoxiously, you look at the race results, and I ran a pretty good race. I was between 8th and 12th pretty much the whole race, and just got in some tough situations, and that coming to, I think it was 3 to go or something like that. I bounced off the wall. Poor Clint didn't have anywhere to go, and he ran into me, and I fucked up his race, fucked up my own race, and I finished last. And so, a lot of the cautions I really think are just poor situations and not adjusting to the track.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how RB feels. I raced the shit out of RB last night for like 15 laps. And I think he finally got tired of me. He threw a door into me in 3 and then ran me all the way up the track in turn 1. I think he was fucking tired of my ass.
Well, yeah, you're right.
The problem
I was
the
getting
problem
mad.
was if you had the outside line in 3 specifically, it was almost impossible to pass. If you
Yeah.
had the outside line, the guy underneath you couldn't pass you because you had
Yeah.
so much momentum coming off. So unless you were so far out of the gas that they actually drove down and pulled a dive bomb and then figured out how to keep you behind them on the straightaway, you couldn't pass somebody on the inside unless you had brand new tires and they were on their oldest tires in the field. And it seemed like even in turn 1 there was some of that. Like if you could pick the gas up just 15, 20 feet before that little square in the track where it seemed like you could get back on the gas, if you could figure out how to rotate your car and get on the gas 15 or 20 feet before that and use the outside momentum, you'd drive right back by dudes on the outside going down into the tunnel turn. So
Well,
there was a handful of race lines, but if you were in a situation where somebody was underneath you, all you had to do was control your throttle and not hit the wall, and they weren't gonna really be able to pass you clean.
no, they weren't. Another thing, it was like 20 laps to go or whatever, and we made our last. Well, I made my last pit stop.
It was 15 to go when we made our last pit stop.
Well, I know it was my next to last pit stop because I didn't want to take tires yet. I was like, "There's gonna be another one. I'm gonna hang on to a set of tires,
Yeah,
just in case."
I took fuel only.
I took fuel only, and then I went out and I think I restarted 4th.
Yeah, I came out 5th.
And this is what got me was Barr ran me high going into 1, which I was like, damn, that sucks. So I got all these people under me, and then Barr ended up hitting the wall, and then I had to check up and try to maneuver around him. And I'm on the inside of him, and then Colby, you taking us 3 wide, going into the
3 wide into the tunnel turn like a complete jackass.
Asshole.
Yes.
And
I did that.
pissed me the fuck
That's a
off
move.
because I had to back off. I lost 4 or 5.
But I was
spots
madder than
right
a fucking
there.
Hornet too. I was madder than a fucking Hornet too because fucking Pop and Steven decided this is a good time to go 3 wide around this douchebag. And I'm just there trying. Like, I see Steven coming up on me, and I'm like, I'm good with Steven. He might give me a push. Like, let's go get it. I'll get out of his way, and he can go on straight till morning. No, we went 3 wide into turn 1, and then we came off of turn 1, and y'all had all your shit. You and Barr and everybody was like fucking 20 miles an hour slower than everybody else for a second. So yeah, I followed Steven. Steven went all the way down and around y'all, and by the time we got to the tunnel turn, I was on the bottom of 3 wide, and I was like, this is not going to work for somebody. I don't know who it is, but it ain't going to work.
I had to back off.
If it's me, it's me. Like, whatever. At least I would have come to you. I would have come to you guys with some kind of apology, like, hey man, what? There's 15, I think it was, at the time there was 18 laps to go. I'm trying to establish track position because I had older tires. I think I only had like 83 or 82%. I was like, if I'm gonna get a good finish here, I have to be aggressive on this restart.
Sure.
So I fucking drove my ass off. And then there was another caution. Then we all went and got tires, and that's where the fucking wheels fell off. So we had 9 lap fresher tires than everybody. But I will say, like, I don't think tires were wearing as much as maybe people thought they were going to.
Tires were wearing, but the track was cool. They were staying cool.
Yeah.
So the fall off wasn't nearly as much.
That's what I think made it hard to pass too. Like, there's just no fall off, and then even when you'd get up on somebody, it was like you hit a brick wall. I mean, tires literally didn't matter, I felt like. And that played a part into why I took 2 tires at the end too. I
Yeah.
just felt like it wasn't gonna matter at all.
Right.
Yeah, if I could change anything, I would not have pitted with 15 to go for tires. I would have stayed out. I would have hung
Yeah.
on to ninth place instead of coming out 15th or wherever I was. You know, and I might have stood a chance at a top 5, but it's all good. I ended up, throwing Colby in the wall, and Clint got collected, and he was one of the people I sent a message to this morning. Thank God he's Clint and he doesn't get too mad too easily. If you piss
That's
off
all right,
Clint
though.
Hackett, you've accomplished something.
You know what? You ran well. I noticed you ran really well. I thought you were really fast, honestly.
I thought I was fast in practice for sure. I was the fastest in practice.
I think
I don't know what
God,
happened.
I don't want to sound like I'm just kissing ass here. I think you were quicker last night than what you were because of how bad the dirty air was. I think
Yeah.
if you would have qualified better, you probably would have. Well, yeah, that's a stupid thing. If you would have qualified better, you would have felt better.
Yeah. Well, clean air was king. That's a fact.
Yes,
King air was
and you were
clean.
fast in practice, and I mean that at that track specifically, it translates. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've
And
never raced in clean air, so like the dirty air doesn't bother me as much as it might bother
Well,
y'all. Like,
have you ever been lapped though?
yeah,
So you've had clean air. It's just not the kind you want, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know.
yeah.
That's
been
Colby's
lapped.
raced at the front a bunch of times, man. He just wasn't
I
on the
mean,
same lap.
yeah.
Poor guy.
No, I
Poor
mean,
guy.
I raced a couple of dudes last night. I raced Pop. He messaged me this morning and said, "Hey man, you're running really well." And I mean, I kept Aaron behind me for a couple of laps. I mean, he was gonna pass me, and then just the caution came out, and I stayed in front of him for a little bit.
Right.
I'm still in the world where if I can finish in 10th to 15th, that's generally where I plan on being.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that fast. I don't get too worked up or excited that I don't load into the race every weekend thinking that I'm going to win.
I do.
Yeah.
I was proud of
Honestly,
Russ last night. Russ ran a good race. My teammate. He usually struggles.
where did he run all night?
I mean,
See, I
well,
don't know. Like, I still don't know like what car numbers. Like, so I'm like,
he's the 62 car, and he
okay.
usually struggles quite a bit. And he ended up 13th. I finished 12th, so he is one spot behind me.
Yeah, I think just like that track's a big struggle in general. So I think so I'm interested to see Vegas. So I didn't get to race Michigan with you guys. Missed that one. I'm interested to see Vegas. It's not. I mean, it's the same as Kansas, kind of, but it's a little bumpier. Got a little more character to it. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I honestly, this is an unpopular opinion. I think Vegas is faster than Kansas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I think you can carry more speed down the straights just running the outside at Kansas. The corners at Kansas are bigger than the ones at Vegas, the way that they do the mile and a half, in my personal opinion. I mean, I've been to both tracks and the tracks look visibly different. But you can run the top at Vegas if you don't want to have a right front tire in 10 laps.
Yeah. Well, that's everywhere in oval racing, right? Not iRacing anymore. So I mean, which is kind of disappointing. I don't know. All these like mile and a half tracks, they kind of disappoint me because it's just, especially with like the fixed setups, I cannot drive them when they're tight. So I'm always trying to monkey around and try to get loose. Like I'll have my brake bias so low that it'll be almost nearly undrivable by the end of the run. But at the same time, if we get a short run and my brake bias is like that, I'm great. I think it was Kansas when we ran Kansas. I think that's the one where Molquin won, right? Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he
Moquin
won
was, yeah.
Kansas and everybody was like, "Oh, my car's tight. My car's tight." Dude, that whole race, I had my brake bias so low. I was so loose that whole race. And which I know it sounds backwards because I just got done saying that's how I like it, but I was so beyond loose near the end of those runs.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going backwards the whole time. I think that's actually why I ended up wrecking it at the end.
All right.
Well, I'm with you. I hate a tight car, and it seems like ever since we've gotten like this horsepower upgrade,
It's
it's
even
all
tighter.
we've had is a whole bunch of tight cars, and it's just I hate it. I really hate it. So I'm right there with you. I want to make my car as loose as possible.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with the new horsepower, and we talked about this with Bristol a couple weeks ago, like it was tight for 90% of the corner and then snapping loose. And I feel like that happens at a lot of places with the new horsepower package now because it's so tight that you woe it up so much you get it rotated and then you stand on the gas because you think you're pointed straight and you just loop it out. So at least that's how it goes for me. But I'm also not good at this game. So
Dude, you know what though? So I have a question for you. How long have you been racing for? Really?
on iRacing,
Yes, just on iRacing.
I signed up for iRacing in September of 2023.
Okay, so how long have you? Well, I mean, you just said a little bit ago you don't really look to win races, right?
Right.
Are you just here to have fun, or are you trying to get faster? Like that's right.
Right. I want to do both because if I don't have fun,
Yeah,
nobody around me is having fun if I'm not having fun.
yeah, I've been
You
on
know?
that end too. Honestly, if you just you set a goal right, and then
Right.
every single week you hit that goal, you just learn to run smooth, consistent, stay out of trouble. Like over time, it's going to just click.
Right.
And if you can keep the mindset of I'm here to have fun, but let it click on its own, dude. For me, it took you're gonna laugh at it. It took me 15 years of sim racing for it to click.
Right.
Before I stopped running into walls, which you see me every week. I run into walls still, but what I mean is like I'm not like the fastest guy on earth, but I feel like I can find speed when I need to, and that took a really super long time to just let it click. And I don't know. You'll never hear me coaching anybody other than being like, dude, just keep with it and keep running,
Right.
and like just focus on being smooth. Because once you can figure out how to save tires properly, that's like 99% of the problem that most people have. If you could save tires, you're going to find the speed easily. I mean, I don't know. I don't like hearing guys get discouraged about like speed and stuff like that. It's just
Right. The thing in like RB will tell you like I have flashes where people are like, where the fuck did that come from?
and
You know, like when we ran the 1100 what was that, about a month ago now?
Yeah,
RB. I mean,
something like that.
I finished second in the Indy 500 and fifth in the 600. Like,
an IndyCar. You did the IndyCar?
we did an Indy 500 and then a Coke 600
Oh my!
and had a 45-minute break in between.
You guys are mad.
I was,
Yeah.
dude, I was sore for a week. Like my
Yeah.
arms were so fucking jello,
My
you
God.
know.
No,
And what was fucked up is we ran that on Saturday, and then we all fucking woke up Sunday. And what did we run Sunday? Was it Iowa when we ran after that?
What did we run?
I can't. It was a short
I don't
track.
remember. I didn't
I
feel
don't
like
remember.
racing though. I remember that.
Me either. Man,
I
I
was
was
like, man,
so
this gonna
tired.
suck. I was
Yeah,
all
dude.
because I mean, I remember in the with like 50 laps to go is when I started cramping up in the 600, and I was like, oh, this ain't good because I was running like third, and I was like with them. You know, they had Jason Day and Tyler Lemon was first and second, and I was right behind them. You know, and then all of a sudden my damn legs started cramping, and I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah.
But I still ended up finishing third. That's pretty cool.
You finished third. You won the overall. I took second. It was fun.
well, so there. So speed's there. There you go. It's there.
Oh, he has
It's
speed when he
there.
wants
You
to
just
be. When he
gotta.
wants, I'll tell you what. If he just came into the race saying I'm just going to be a complete dick, then he'll have speed.
Stop being so nice. Stop being so nice.
I mean,
Dude,
because sometimes he can race like an asshole. Like, come on, Kobe, come here, break. And then Kobe's like, "Fuck you." That's his. That's
If I race clean though, like when I'm racing like an asshole, like I'm not fucking bumping you out of the way, and I'm not
Right.
dive bombing and doing that kind of ignorant shit. Like I'm, and that was, like I was happy with Pocono. Like considering that I've never turned a lap in a cup car there until fucking what was it, Thursday night? Like
yeah.
I mean, dude, I qualified 10th. I stayed 10th. I got a stage point, and the only reason I didn't finish in the top 12 was because I fucking ran into the wall. Like
all by yourself.
Gall
well,
darn
not
it!
exactly
Shoot.
all by himself.
Well, it wasn't all
he
the
had
way
a
by
little bit of
myself.
help, maybe.
I'm not blaming RB.
I didn't put him in the wall, but I definitely rode him
knew
up.
what he was doing, which is why I kept going up as well. Like
I was hoping he was going to back off, and he didn't.
I knew he was sick of me.
But you guys are like, I was hoping he would do this, and I was hoping he would do that, and it's
I wasn't hoping for anything. As soon as he dove bomb, it wasn't a dive bomb. As soon as he went to the bottom in that corner, and then I got a little bit more tight because I stayed higher. And then once I stayed higher, I was like, oh, if I just brake a little bit more, and I got my car rotated and stood on the gas, and it just kept washing. And I Like I could see RB's hood just like almost at a 45 driving straight in front of me. And I was like, well, I guess I better go a little higher. Like he'll catch it. We'll be fine. And if you go back and watch the replay of the last fucking caution, RB was not turning left.
I came out of, was it our first run or our second? I don't remember what run it was. One of the runs we had, dude. When did Zook spin you? That was the run. So listen, this is what happened. Do you remember this? Zook spinning you out?
Me?
Yes.
He didn't spin me out. I spun myself out. But yes, I remember though. I remember what happened.
Wait, did he hit you? He did.
He didn't touch me.
He didn't touch you?
No, I was beside him, and then I slid up in front of him, and that's when I spun. It was all on my own.
I thought you went up in front of him, and he was just like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen today." And he just kept going. So
that might have happened a couple years ago, but no.
So doesn't drive that way unless you deserve it.
Like so that's funny you say that too. So like 3 laps before that, you went around me on the bottom and it was coming off turn 3, and you came up, and I mean, you couldn't fit a piece of paper between our cars, and I got so frustrated. I had a split second. I was like, I'm just gonna keep going, and I was like, no, I'm gonna let off a little. And I was like, no, I was like, no, I think I destroyed his race list, so I'm gonna let it go. And then you just kept driving off.
I remember that. Yeah.
Then like 2 or 3 laps later, I saw you do it at the Zook. And then you went around. I'm like, oh, that guy did not do the same thing I did. He just kept going. And I was like, dude, this guy's. I came out of. I came out of that run. I was like,
he was clear, but Zook was still close enough. I think it just took all the air off off the rear of your car.
That gave me the damn. RB's got kind of balls of steel to just drive up in front of somebody like that.
I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but if sometimes I think, maybe he'll cut me a break. I mean, I don't know you. I haven't raced around you enough to think, are you going to cut me a break or not?
I don't know me enough to know if I'm going to cut you a break either until it does or does not happen. To be fair,
I'm the same way. Sometimes it depends on who they are. Like if I don't like you, then I'm not. It's just not.
There's
but.
With me racing, I never know if I'm going to be Joey Logano and just drive through you, or if I'm going to be Chase Elliott and let it go and just, be consistent. So there's a forewarning to everybody. Like, it's not on purpose if I wreck you or something like that. That's just, I never know. I don't know. I decide in the moment, right?
Well, I'm like RB. I'm like RB. It depends on who's trying to clear themselves up in front of me, whether I'm lifting or not.
See, I don't even look at the like. If Steven were to do that to me too, I might have the same split second. Like, I don't know if I'm going to give him a break. Guess we'll see. Like, it just happens. I don't have that.
Try it, Steven. See what happens.
I don't have the. I'm also super competitive. So when I see somebody drive around me, clear themselves, I'm like, damn, maybe I could have raced him. Like, because it wasn't like you instantly pulled away. It was you just barely cleared me. Yeah. And I was just like, I could have stayed on the outside and raced him maybe down the straightaway. So I don't know. That was a good move. It was a good move.
I mean, it was one of those things that felt. Sometimes I feel like I just have to do it because if I stay on the bottom, then you're gonna get that run back. And
you had to do that.
I'll end up losing positions because
you didn't have a choice, especially at Pocono, to do that. Like that's probably what played into me. Like I'm gonna lift just a tiny bit. Like he's got to do that. I did the same thing. So last week at Bristol, and this goes back to the whole Dove thing. Like, so last week at Bristol, dude, was driving me absolutely up the wall at one point. Me and Steven were on fresh tires. Right? We come out, and Dove's on 25 lap old tires. So we're way faster. I could not get around this guy at all. Couldn't get around him. I mean, I was trying the high side. He'd move up. I was trying the low side. He'd move down. Finally, I bumped him going to the turn, and he held on to it. And there was one point where he did spin, and I never touched him. But I think he thought I did, but I didn't touch him. And all I said to Steven after it was like, damn, that was probably the most frustrated I've been with somebody else in this league so far. And
you haven't tried to pass Roberge yet, have you?
No, I don't think so. But I told Steven, I'm like, but you know what? He did what he had to do because, I mean, what is he going to do? Just give me the spot? Like, I don't know him. He doesn't know me. So
Dove is Dove's special. And he's my teammate, so I mean, I'll stand up for him like a little bit, but I'm not him.
He was definitely my Ryan Newman that night. That was the hardest pass I made And I didn't even really pass him because he ended up spinning out. So it wasn't even like I passed him. It was, I don't even think I would have got around him the way he was driving out. And he wasn't doing anything wrong either. He was just racing hard. I couldn't believe it.
I'm
That's
glad you
tough.
see that he didn't do anything wrong, because
He doesn't get the
I would have
benefit
been
of the doubt
cursing him
very
something
often.
terrible.
Well, I don't have any preconceived like idea of how everybody races. So I'm probably able to give him more of a benefit of the doubt, right? Like, especially like when I'm involved in something, my mindset is, yeah, I'm gonna complain in the moment. I'm probably gonna yell at somebody. I've probably yelled at you guys. I don't even realize it. Like, I'm gonna yell in Discord, and then when I'm done, if I care that much about it still, I'll go back and look, and I'll be like, all right, even if I don't feel like it's my fault, all right, what could I have done to keep me out of that situation, as opposed to just being in the center of it. Like,
Right.
even if it on the replay it was my fault, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, that's not my problem. You should have just done this. Like, I can't control other people. What am I doing? And
Yeah.
so all I could do is be like, well, maybe I could have just let off and wait. Like, I don't know. So I don't know. If somebody wants to race super hard, that's part of it. Right? I mean, it's racing.
Yeah.
We're not sitting in line. So
Yeah. It's playing follow the leader here.
yeah.
That's how I've spent a majority of my time in this league, and like RB will tell you, like, in order to avoid confrontation, like 9 times out of 10, I was going to the outside, lifting, and letting you by. And
Not worth
it
it.
it wasn't even because I was trying to save tire. I was literally just to not piss somebody off, because in my mind, if I just ran a clean race, even if I finished, 18th or 14th or wherever I finished, as long as I finished the race, I would be fine, you know. And last season and this season, I've started driving a little harder, and I mean it's made some people mad, but I drive hard, and I would say it's pretty clean 99% of the time too. You're not going to come up behind me and catch me blocking you on purpose. You're going to find out that I'm running my line. I run the same line. And, if you get underneath me and I still keep my position on the outside, that's your own problem. You're faster than me. You figure out how to get around me.
Yeah.
So, until it comes time for me to go a lap down because I'm just completely out to lunch on how to drive a racetrack, like, I'm done getting out of the way. It's getting kind of old. I don't know. Maybe RB is going to regret telling me to drive like an asshole. I don't know.
I think it's important to keep that part of you where you're gonna drive like an asshole, though, because if you don't, at the end of the day, if you're always driving around trying to be nice to people, like, I'm sorry, but especially in like sim racing, nice guys do finish last. You're either gonna get wrecked or you're just gonna always be behind everybody. Like, that's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think that I race very aggressively, but I'm also fair. But I don't know.
I just got to find the line between, like a race starts and restarts and such. Like, I've got to find the line between, like, okay, how many laps do I drive hard and get every position I can before I start figuring out how to save tires, save fuel,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. I really thought, I'll be honest with you, I really thought Pocono was going to come down to a fuel race.
Almost did.
And
Almost
I
did.
mean, it was right there, but the last 3 cautions pretty well guaranteed everybody was going to make it, So I don't know, man. It was fun. I enjoyed that race, coming from a guy that hates Pocono, even on like NASCAR Heat 5. Like, I had a good time. It was fun. I ran well. I don't have a finish to show for it, but at the end of the day, it was a good time. I had fun. I got involved in a couple of different things, and that's racing. Whether it's iRacing or real world racing, I'm assuming that you get involved in some shit. It's just the way it goes. But anyway, man. Well, when we get new guys on here, which this is our second week in a row, RB. New
Yeah.
guy, second week in a row.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Sorry, maybe you could talk to Aaron 5 more times
I'm sure we will.
in a row. In a row.
Yeah, I like to try to help everybody get to know our guests, especially when they're new, visit about something, we all see your name on Discord, we all see your name on the relative, we all see your name when we rewatch the stream or what have you, so yeah, we know who you are, like we know what your name is, but I like to ask people, a handful of questions, so we'll get started with that. Like, where are you from? Where do you live? Where are you from?
Harpersville, New York. So I like to tell people it's about 15 minutes from Binghamton, New York, because that's usually the town that most people know. little town in upstate New York, not a ton of people. I've lived in this area probably, well, yeah, my whole life. You know, bounce around within like 25, 30 minutes of here. There's literally nothing out here. So I don't get DoorDash. I don't get any of the modern amenities. It's just me, my internet. I work from home, so I only leave the house when the kids need to go do something. That's why I sim race, right?
Yeah.
Making friends and influencing people.
Oh, that's right on. How old are you?
36. Well,
36?
I turned 36 in August. So,
Okay.
yeah,
How many kids do you
36
have?
or too many.
Jesus.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I got 4.
Good for you.
I
You had to think
4.
about that for a second. You almost said 8.
I almost, yeah, sometimes it feels like 8, especially this time of year. Everybody's doing baseball and softball. It's running
Yep.
around all over the place. And got one in high school, a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 4-year-old. So we're a little bit all over the place right now.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's why. You know, a lot of weeks. Well, the week you asked me before to come on, we were on vacation, so that's kind of tough. But like, even like tonight, I'm like, "Ooh, am I gonna be home in time? Like,
Yep.
am I gonna be passed out when I do get home?" Like, we just came
Right.
back from like baseball, had all 3 boys. My wife went like an hour away to my daughter's softball game. It's just we're all over the place, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's wild what happens when that ground starts to thaw out, just how fast everything kind of goes back to like, oh my God, we have
Yeah.
to be there, and there at the same time. And there's only 2 of us. Like,
Yeah, actually, I was telling Steven Sunday night, I was like, man, today was great. It was our first day where we didn't have anything that we had to be at or do in like 2.5, 3 weeks. He was like, oh, that's nice to just sit at home. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I went out and messed with the go-kart. I went out, like, I had to like change the oil on it and stuff. And then I still ended up at the park doing baseball. Unbelievable. I don't, you know, we're just running, man. It's busy, and then all week, you know, you're working during the day and then running at night. I don't know, but
right.
you know what? That's what we do. It's a pretty good life
You
we can make.
are like a legitimate graphic designer by trade. Like, that's how you earn money.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I do. Go
So,
ahead, ask the big question. Go ahead.
well, no, I mean, I've got some friends that do it kind of on, you know, it would have to be a smaller scale than you do it because they do it on the side for fun, for beer money, you
Yeah.
know. And like I would presume that's like the iRacing side is almost, you know, kind of a side gig for beer money. But what all does that entail?
I have like an onboarding contract with SimRep Market. I don't know if you've seen that, but have you been to simrepmarket.com?
Mm-mm.
Check it out. There's my one ad plug for SimRep Market. If Cameron's listening, actually, I'll tell Cameron to listen, so you'll have a few more listeners. I do that, and so that's an okay chunk of money each week. I do some onboarding for a company called A Engine. We do a lot of smaller NASCAR teams. We do their activation. We do quite a few race car wraps for teams like Nice. We did JD Motorsports, and then a couple one-offs for some other teams. Yeah, so a lot of tents, a lot of keychains, a lot of t-shirts, crew shirts, stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't pay what you think it is. It's not like some big, huge, awesome thing. So
Right.
I'll tell you a little bit how I got into it because I'm sure you're gonna probably want to know that next.
And
So I've been designing race cars on. Well, I started with NASCAR racing 2003 season a long time ago. I think I was like 12 years old, 2002, 2003 time. Just doing it, you know, for fun. Just like you said, beer money. Well, it wasn't beer money back then, but just for
Snickers
fun.
money back
I
then.
didn't even make money out. I was just doing it for fun. You know, draw on my piece of paper and put them in the sim. It was cool. So I just continued that. You know, pretty much my whole life. It was just something for, hey, I'm going to do this for fun. It's gets my mind off stuff, and you know, I don't know, just continue my childhood thing.
Mhm.
So 2020 came around, COVID and all that, and all of a sudden, well, no, let's back that up. 2019, 2018, somewhere in there, my wife could tell you the exact date. I ended up getting injured, not even at work, tore my knee up, so I did surgery, ended up stopped working. Didn't make sense for me to go back to work because obviously with the kids, putting them in daycare, I was working at a warehouse. I was basically bringing home money just to put them in daycare. It made no
Mhm.
sense whatsoever. So she's like, yeah, just stay home. This like that's stupid. What are we gonna do? Make $40 a week working at a warehouse? That's absolutely bizarre. So I started doing sim racing more and more again. And 2020 ended up coming with COVID. And all of a sudden, all these NASCAR drivers started coming to iRacing, right? More and more. I mean, they were already on here, but started getting bigger and bigger. Kyle Weatherman, you've heard of him. He, at the time, had a ride with Rick Ware Racing, and he contacted me. I have no clue to this day how he ended up finding me. But he contacted me to do his iRacing car for the Fox Sports Series. I forget specifically what they called it, but they were doing like 2 or 3 races on iRacing. It was a complete disaster, and everybody knows it was. They didn't take it seriously, but I did his car. I did a few other people's cars for that. So that was really cool. That was my first big thing. And then slowly but surely, as my name got out through him, and then my name got to 80 Engine, they were working heavily with JD Motorsports. I started designing their cars. Played a role in bringing back Alka-Seltzer to the Xfinity Series, the 23, I think. We did. That was probably the coolest thing ever. So I have a video saved on my computer. I should have sent this to you. This is the coolest thing ever. I have a video saved on my computer of the Alka-Seltzer car, driven by Bailey Curry, being qualified. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was talking about how Alka-Seltzer has come back to the sport after so long of being gone, and he was talking about how awesome my rap was and stuff. So that was like the coolest thing ever. Everybody grows up and they're like, "Oh, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Like, how cool is that?" And then I got him talking about my work. So it just kind of snowballs from there. Pretty much all my work for the real teams goes through AE Engine. The sim racing stuff, pretty much, it doesn't make a ton of money, but it helps. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have a little extra spending money. That's pretty much where we're at. Recently just started branching out into RC stuff. So pretty soon here, going to buy my own printer, turn my basement into my office, start printing some RC car wraps, stuff like that. That'll be pretty cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, and I guess that's unbeknownst to me, that's a huge thing around me right now. I didn't realize we had like 8 or 9 tracks right in my area. So that was something new, and nobody does wraps around me. So I'm going to do that. A lot of services I can offer with that. And then, still taking on, if any local racers want to do wraps, I can design and send them to a print shop and get it basically expedited and sent to them, is how that would work. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I do. All day I'm just sitting on the computer. Some days I have real world stuff. Some days I'm just, for lack of better terms, dicking around and messing with sim racing stuff. And honestly, like, hours spent on the sim racing stuff compared to what I charge, it's probably not. It's probably I probably should be charging more because I'm very like I'm spent. I did your wiener dog car, and I spent, dude, the amount of time I spent just trying to figure out where I was supposed to put this wiener dog on the side of your car or wherever. I could not figure it out. And finally, I was just like, you know what?
My wiener dog was a big fan of the paint scheme.
Yes, he's so cute. I finally was just like, I have to just stick it, and I hope it looks good. Because I kept moving. That thing was in probably 20 different spots on your car. I could not figure it. That was the hardest thing I've ever put on a race car. Honestly, it really was.
No, it was fun.
Well, you're
I enjoyed
you're
it.
welcome to show some of your work on here if you want.
Man, how would I do that?
There's
I don't even know
a
if I have
button
it on
down
this.
here.
You know what? Watch this. Hang on. Can I get up for a second?
Yeah.
I wonder if my mic will reach. Hang on. I got you. So I got some work. I got cameras up here. So we did this one at Kansas a couple years ago, Brennan Pool car for Kansas State. We got some toxic waste stuff. This is a pretty cool one. This doesn't really help. This isn't as cool as just showing the pictures, is it? No. I tried.
It's cool.
I got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I got all sorts of stuff. I don't know. I don't have anything on this computer because all I do on this computer is sim race. I'm kind of out of luck here.
Well, I got you. I'm actually working on a video right now. I got the voiceover done 2 days ago. And it's just what you hear in the podcast every week that I try to read and I keep fucking up.
Dude, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Like, I didn't sponsor you guys for perfection. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to remember, even when I sponsor other stuff, like, if it's perfect, that's cool. That's cool. But like, when you do mess it up, it kind of gives it character. It gives it a little sense of personality to it.
There's character all over RB's ad read for racer.
Here's the thing. It makes people, it might make people laugh, and that's okay, because if you think about it, if somebody laughs at something, they're more likely to remember it, right?
Huh?
So, in my opinion, now I'm not telling you could run your pre-made skit, you could run your pre-made video. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. I didn't sponsor you guys for like I know you guys are just starting out. You guys are trying to grow this thing, and I did this because I've enjoyed the league. I actually like the whole podcast thing. Your thing with the one with Ethan is that's the one that grabbed me because I thought that was the coolest podcast like for sim racing that I've listened to. That was awesome.
That was a
Yeah.
ton of fun.
Yeah,
I had a
that
Too
was
bad it
blast.
never happen again.
well. Hold
Well,
on.
I mean, I don't want to say never. Never say never, right?
So so yeah, I don't know, man. But, hey, you want the personality is more than welcome. I like it. So whatever you want to do.
That's good because ain't nothing gonna be perfect. Even the read isn't perfect. I just wanted something to say. All right, so in case I forget more than anything,
That's fair.
so I'll have something to just throw in it. So that's always fun.
I'm trying to get this dog out of my lap at the moment.
I don't think you should. I will say, well, I have 2 dogs. One of my dogs is 165 pounds, and I'm so curious. Like, I would love to see him with a dog that small to see what he would do.
Well, I don't have a 165-pound dog, but I've got two 40-pound dogs in the living room, and it's a good time. The problem with this little fella is I don't, and this is a wiener dog trait that everybody talks about, but they do not see themselves as small as they are. And until a leaf blows across the driveway while they're standing there, it scares the shit out of them. But I've got a blue heeler and a border collie, and he really likes to antagonize my blue heeler. And
That's funny.
she's old enough now that she doesn't play no shit.
She's
And
not into that.
she gets so sick of it so fast.
That's
but
funny.
there's your mom to save the day.
It's like a little baby.
Waiter dogs are fun though. Like
I mean, dude, he weighs like 2.5 pounds.
That's good. Yeah. And meanwhile, I got a 165-pound lap dog that I can't.
yeah,
This
Colby's
thing-
dog is a chew toy.
Loki will get right up on our laps if we're sitting on the couch. It's kind of too much sometimes.
He look at that dog and goes, "Does it squeak?"
Love that. So Daytona, the little wiener dog, the day I brought him home, I sat him down in between my two cow dogs, and they both looked down at him and looked at us like, "Is that for lunch? Or like, what are we doing here?" Like, because I mean, he's not even the size of my healer's head. Like my healer's head weighs more than he does. But no, it's been fun. There's definitely some frustration involved with trying to teach these stubborn little fuckers how to, understand what you're trying to tell them. But it's been fun.
No, they make their own rules that
Yeah.
they're not gonna understand what you tell them. And if it's raining, they're pooping inside.
Yeah.
You're not getting them outside. If it's raining, nope.
Oh, what day was it? Oh, when did we have that last gnarly deal? I think, what was it, Thursday night, RB, when I was on the Leadfoot call with you guys, and then was like, "Hey, sirens are on. I'll be back."
Yeah.
So the wiener dog, zero cares in the world. Like the thunder would go off, and it sounded like it was right outside the window, and he'd just pick his head up and look out the window and lay back down. But I took him outside after the rain and after the whole storm blew through, and I took him back outside and I set him down in the gravel, and he just kind of started looking around. He looked up at me and he goes, "Dude, like this face was like, the ground's wet, right? Like I don't do wet ground." And so now I make it a point to make him walk through every puddle I can find just to like get him comfortable with different feelings on the ground. But no, it's been fun. It's been fun. How long have you been on iRacing, Chris?
Oh, geez. So when did iRacing come out? 2008, right? So I had an account from 2008 to 2011, and then I took like an 8-year break, and then I came back. So I mean, we call it since like 2000. I don't know, 2018. We call it 2018 when I got hurt and had surgery and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I've been sim racing a long time, dude. Long time. I mean, like I said, I started the design stuff when I was 12. So I mean, right when NR 2003 came out, I mean, I was on here sim racing. It's kind of like riding a bike, except I don't know. You forget how to not run into stuff. That's all. So, like, I took before I joined AMP, I took like I'm not gonna say time off. I didn't race for like 7 months. So yeah, I took time off and then I literally just jumped right into ANA. Uh, there was a lot of depth perception problems to work out with myself going on. I think the first time you guys probably saw me, I was trying to stick it 3 wide on a final lap and wrecked everybody at Daytona.
Yeah, you were. I remember a certain someone, not me, but a certain someone. You were jackass to him
Listen,
for
there
about 6 weeks. That's all he called you was and jackass over there.
it was the guy in the '84. It was the guy, right?
No,
I
I'm not
forget his
talking
name.
about him. I'm talking about somebody.
Oh.
The guy in the '84 is a jackass too.
So but there was definitely room for a Carson Hocevar where I stuck my car. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I didn't say
dude,
it, so I'm
the
not
funny
gonna tell you who did, but
I looked at I'm driving, right, and I'm white knuckled, right? I'm white knuckled. It's like the final lap or whatever. I'm like, oh, look at the hole, and I'm like, I could fit in there. I go right in there, and we all wreck. And I'm like, man, why'd that guy come down? And then I go and I look at the blimp view, and I'm just like, ooh. So then I go right on Discord, and I'm sorry. Click next guy, sorry. Click next guy, sorry. I'm just going down a list. There's probably about 10 different people I'm messaging.
that's funny.
No, those first few races, and you listen. Those first few races with the new guys were interesting, but I think we're far enough in now that we've kind of all
Not
learned.
new
And
guys anymore. It's just
yeah,
The funny
you
part
ain't new
is
guys no more.
talk about those. So I used to admin a league. Well, up until I took my break to 7 months, I was adminning a league for like the last 2 years. It's not adminning is not fun. I mean, it can be. It's its own kind of fun.
RB's dumbass is an admin in 2 different leagues at the same time.
What a dumbass.
yeah,
That's a terrible idea. You should not do that.
It is a horrible idea, but Ryan's my friend.
It just the one league. So we had one league. Our Cup Series we had people going home on qualifying. We were qualified. We were letting 40 guys race. We had people going home, and then we had another series. I'm gonna say it was street stocks. We probably had 25 guys in that.
I hate those
And
cars.
it was so much work. I got so burned out. I ended up just being angry all the time whenever I was sim racing because you're racing. You're also trying to deal with, even if you have an in race admin, you're dealing with complaints. You're listening to the guys bitch during the race. Like it's nonstop, right? You're just trying. You're like, dude, I'm just logging on to try and race and do my own leisurely activity, and you guys won't leave me alone. So like, as far as the new guys, when I came in, I was like, man, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be such an awesome dude. I'm gonna be nice on the racetrack, and then I wipe out literally 15 cars at Daytona. I'm just, and then what was the next week? Where did we go the next week? Somebody Wilkesboro, right? And then Wilkesboro, I smoked Josh on a straightaway. I don't even remember what happened. I just know I turned him around on a straightaway. I felt like an idiot there, so now I'm apologizing for that. And
You
all
sent
of it
me a
was my
message
doing.
after that race too. I honestly don't know what you sent it for, but you were apologizing for something.
I think I was just apologizing to I figured if I just
Probably just went down the list.
yeah, if I
I'll
just
go to
message everybody in the league and said sorry, most of them will be on the list I need anyway. So it just covers my bases. That's where I was at. And then I told I think Texas or whatever. I was telling Steven and Moakland, I was like, man, I'm making a real bad name for myself because I don't remember who it was at Texas, but dude, I went down into turn 1 at Texas, and I think I don't know what the hell happened because I thought I locked my tires up because the car just didn't turn, and I hit the brakes.
You know what? That was me, and that was me. It was Texas.
No, that wasn't me that ran you over.
Kansas.
I think that was somebody else. No, it was Texas.
It was Texas, not Kansas.
Yeah.
You're
okay,
right.
So there you go. So I go
well,
down
that
in
worked
the corner.
out just fine. I finished 7th at Texas or something.
There you
or
go.
9th
Perfect.
or something like that. We're
Did I
good.
apologize? I bet I apologized.
You did. Because that was when I was like, hey, so since you've officially ran me over now, can we talk about a paint scheme price?
I mean, if that's how I'm going to get paying customers, I mean, I won't sponsor the podcast. I'll just run everybody over. I got this.
Yeah, you'll be
much
fine.
easier.
Just done destroyed that paint. All right, time for a new.
Yeah. So
I ruined my wiener dog paint scheme, so I had to tell them I need a new one.
But yeah, I'm trying not to make an ass of myself out of the league, but hasn't gone so well. So hopefully I can turn that around. Need to do better. And I don't know,
I know
man.
you're on K-Spear's good side.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Okay,
That was
so
probably
in
bad.
fairness, I didn't do anything to him. There's no reason
No,
to be
you
mad at
didn't.
me. I
You
just
didn't.
get. I just rolled the dice.
I'm gonna edit that part out. I was
No, no, no. You shouldn't. No, no, no. Leave it.
I don't want to start any trouble with anybody.
I am of the opinion that everything I say is totally fine. So if he shouldn't be mad at me, if he's mad
He's
at
not mad at you.
anybody-
He's mad. He's mad at me. He's mad at Aaron. He's mad at the admins because he
Well-
thinks that we should have. Like, even if we would have took that win away from you, he still wouldn't have won a race. It would have went to
I
Steven.
just still don't know. If you guys would have
You know?
messaged me right then before I did my burnout, I'd be like, oh, you're being disqualified. I still would have done a burnout.
Yeah.
I would have done the Robbie Gordon. Just
Fuck
did a
it.
burnout.
Fuck it. You know, won the race.
Yeah, I won. Hey, no taking that from me.
How did your relationship with like Steven and Muscarella, how did that kind of come about?
So I think during you guys' last season, I think Matt Allen just found me randomly on like one of the iRacing pages, and he had me do a paint, and he liked it. So then did another one. I did another. I mean, he ordered probably like 5 or 6 paints right in a row. And we just kept talking and talking, and I don't know. He's a pretty cool dude from everything I could tell. I know he's got some anger problems in the league, and I'm okay with him hearing that. I yelled at him the other week, but he ended up. I don't know. I was watching a lot of the broadcasts, and then I say watching, but honestly, whenever I watch something like that, that's usually just on while I'm doing work or something. He ended up inviting me to a race, so I'm like, yeah, I'll try to make it work. I don't know. Honestly, when he invited me, I was like, I'll give it like 2 weeks, and then I'm sure I'll probably just be like, nah, I don't want to race because, like I said, I was on a break. I had no interest in racing. I don't know. I'm still here, so that's how that happened.
Yeah, you were about as much on a break as Rachel and Ross were, weren't you?
Listen, I wasn't. I don't know what the hell that means, but I wasn't really.
Friends.
Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what the hell that means, but
RB got it. RB liked that one.
I don't watch it, but I'll take it. Sure.
It was only probably the most popular sitcom of all time.
Well, I know what it is, but
Seinfeld.
I know what it is, but I've never watched it really. Well, once I was in Discord with them, I was like, oh yeah, these guys are pretty all right. That's how it is when you first meet somebody. They're just pretty all right.
They're all right.
They're all right. I keep showing up, so it means I like them.
Yeah.
But
it's like in Sandlot when Smalls catches that pop fly and Squints is like, he's all right.
So to be fair though, that's how I am with pretty much everybody. So not a whole lot of conversation from me. We'll have people over here and I'll like disappear. They'll just disappear from my own part of the house. Yeah.
I feel you.
That's what my wife does. If you haven't figured out, I'm definitely one of the most talkative people in the league.
Yeah. So, but no, they're pretty cool guys. Matt has some issues. I don't know. I don't even know if you want to include that on the podcast, but I'm
not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
Brother, you could actually, you keep this in. Dear Matt, I've already told him this. You need to stop worried about it. I actually told you this earlier in the podcast. You need to stop worried about what everybody else on track is doing and figure out how to keep yourself out of the trouble. Dude's got some speed, and he just needs to figure out how to put the Lego pieces together. That's what I'll say. That's it. Everybody
was very politically correct.
I feel yeah. I do a lot of tiptoeing around brand guidelines and stuff, so I've learned how to be a little politically correct at times. But yeah, so I don't know. We're just I think I'm going to stick around. I will say that. I like the league. I think you guys do a good job running it. I don't care what everybody else says. I
do a podcast with one of the admins. I jump in and talk with all the other ones on Friday nights when they're playing Call of Duty.
They all play Call of Duty together?
I talk so much. Zook, Pop, all them guys. Aaron will play. Bar will play. Like, pretty good group of guys.
Pop. That's Zach, right? Yeah. Why do you call him Pop? I'm so confused. Why is he called Pop?
Not a clue.
I don't know.
That's just what they've called him since I came into the league.
So we got Pop, we got Metal, we got and I don't know. We used to have Viper, I don't know where any of these guys got their
Viper.
names. I just
Who's Viper? That's one hell of a nickname.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
Chris
Chris
Cornett.
Cornett. He's not with us anymore
Okay.
in the league.
And
I was
then,
like, geez, how do I respond to that? I thought somebody died.
He's still alive. He's alive and well and doing TikTok videos. If you
Okay.
want to find him, Chris Cornett.
then you got the guy that just started racing with us last week or 2 weeks ago at the All-Star race, Andrew Scrotenbore. Everybody calls him Tick.
Oh, yeah, Tick.
Interesting. Interesting.
So everybody's got nicknames. Davis is Big Baby Davis.
That dude. He owns the league, right?
Yes.
You know, I don't care. I'm just gonna say this: when the Discord name Big Baby Davis popped up when I joined the league, I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna be able to take this Discord conversation seriously.
I thought the same thing. And you know, but he's a funny guy. You know, like he's always got
He's always got
some
a
kind of
snappy comeback.
cereal or
Yeah.
something on his car,
Yeah.
or
So,
Dunkin'
It's always
Donuts or
food.
something.
It's always food or like
You be
Dunkin'
following
Donuts.
behind him, and you're like, "Damn,
That's
I'm
fair.
kind of hungry, man."
So I was actually what I was gonna say about Zach was sorry, Pop. I still want to buy the number 11. So
He still wants to be.
It
the
was
offer is
for 11.
still out there. I have everything sim racing has been number 11 for me for quite some time. So it's still out there.
You know, that's probably half your problems this season because you went with a 13.
Yes.
That's-
It could
that's
be.
the
Yeah, it could be
13
bad
is-
luck. No, I wish I could blame it on that, but no, I'm just drive like a bonehead 90% of the time.
Well,
No.
Name your
maybe
price.
maybe he'll give it up.
price.
You know, next season.
Because what number Pop started around the number 11 last season, but I couldn't remember what number he was before that.
Season 1, he was number 4. Season 2, he was 83.
Oh, so
And
he's
then-
just changed. Oh,
and
geez,
then
I
he
don't have
went
to pay him.
the
Well, what
11.
happened in season 3, Chris, just to give you a story,
Oh boy.
is a group of us, there was 8 of us, all changed from whatever manufacturer we were driving to Toyota. And so a bunch of us decided to run like a NASCAR Toyota number. And so like Mike Daniels ran a Toyota and he was number 19. Pop was the 11, Duke's the 45, Osverts was the 23, so on and so forth. Well, we filtered down through all these numbers, and I ended up going with the 67 before the numbers 6 and 7 were cool. And
I have 4 kids. Sorry, I have to. I have 4
yeah,
kids.
I have 2 myself, and trust me, like they're young enough that it's still funny to them. But anyhow, and then this year I decided to go back to Chevy, started looking through numbers, went with the number 1, and here we are. Anyway,
I'm the O2. I always have been the O2. I always will
RB
be
has
the
never not been the O2, and I swear to God, I don't think RB will race in the league if he can't be the O2.
If somebody takes that away from me, I will quit.
I'm gonna be honest.
You'll never see my fat ass again.
When I came to sign up for the league, when Matt told me to, I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, honestly, Matt, like my number's taken. I almost didn't race. I was like, number 11 is out there. I don't really. So I'm the type of guy. I'll run the same pace scheme. And I know this is ass backwards because I literally design cars. I will run the same paint scheme for 5 straight years. I didn't change my paint scheme from like 2018 to like 2025. Like the paint scheme you see now is literally new for me. So I was just running number 11, literally.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're actually a Denny fan?
No, I'm
Just
not.
like
Okay,
So
thank God, because we were not going to be able to have you back if that was the case.
no, I'm not gonna tell you the guys. So I'm a Kyle Busch fan, which I guess is so-so. But
It's not so bad anymore.
It
I'm
used to be
also-
pretty bad.
I'm also, I think if you saw my comments in Discord the other day, I'm also a fan of any driver that wins who has previously driven a paint scheme done by me.
Yeah.
So
It's all
So
Hocevar,
Hocevar.
yeah,
Anybody in an East Motorsports truck?
yeah, you got it.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yep. I remember that conversation when I was having you make that wiener dog paint scheme
Yeah.
for me. It was like, also, by the way, I run the Trackhouse one. And you were like, yeah, Big Ross guy designed a paint
I
scheme that he
forgot I
drove in
told
the
you that.
truck. You know?
I'm a
Big
huge
Ross guy.
Ross guy. Huge Ross guy. Dude, he's a cool dude too. So
Yeah. No, my wife's probably the bigger Chastain fan than I am. I'm a Kyle Larson fan.
I'm sorry,
Really cherry picking
Ugh.
there, but
man. Hey, you were gonna get on me if I was a Denny Hamlin fan. Like, man,
well, yeah.
dude, I cannot stand
I
Kyle
think
Larson.
it needs to be
I don't know
studied.
why.
I think it needs to be studied how Kyle Busch puts a bow tie on the front of his car, and all of a sudden, people are cheering for him, and now Denny Hamlin is the biggest fucking villain NASCAR's ever had.
A fan. I'm actually less of a fan of Kyle Busch now that I mean, this year he hasn't been nice guy Kyle Busch, but like I like the villain arc. Guys.
I liked the villain
The
too.
villain was
I'll be
kind of.
honest with you.
I didn't like him, but
I loved to
was
hate him. I loved to hate him when he was winning 3 or 4 races a year, and you know, and it's no different than Tyler Reddick this year. Like I actually really like Tyler Reddick, but I'm about fucking tired of watching him win every fucking weekend. You know.
Yeah. I don't know what
And
it
that's
is
when
about
he was in
Denny.
like 8th place with 3 to go at Talladega yesterday. I was like, are we fucking serious? Like again?
Oh my god, could you imagine if he walked out with a win right there?
Oh my god.
Let the conspiracy roll.
Yeah, man.
Because that lawsuit, that was part of the deal.
Lawsuit money.
Yep, that's that conspiracy. That's why Bubba Wallace ain't winning races, because if he was the one winning races, it'd be too obvious.
Boy. Bubba's got that it's everybody else's problem trait going on. I like Bubba Wallace. I think he's a pretty solid driver.
He's a solid driver. He just,
got to get out of his own head, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the races that he has won, he drives a clean race. And you know, like when he won Indy last season, like it was tough to hate it. You know, because like I don't like Bubba Wallace at all. 0% like Bubba Wallace. Is he a decent driver? Sure. Like I'll give him that. But his mouth running, and then a lot of that stuff that went down a couple years back with the whole Talladega situation and the way that he handled it and stuff, like I don't want it. But when he won Indy, I was like, dude put himself in position.
Yeah.
And drove his ass off for whatever that last run was, 5 or 6 laps, and straight up beat Kyle Larson. Won the race, and then instead of getting out of the car and acting like a fucking he went straight to his wife, he picked up his kid, and he pretended to be one of us for once. Just a regular dude, a dad who just so happens to have a cool job, you know? And that was probably the day that, like, I don't root against Bubba Wallace anymore. I damn sure don't root for him still. But that was the day I was like, you know what? Like, it's cool to see him be a regular dude for just a minute. You know, and that's why I like it when when Larson wins and the camera pans to Owen sprinting across the fucking infield to go out and slap 5 and get on the car. Like that's cool stuff, because that's stuff that we can relate to. We want our kids to be proud of us just as much as we want to be proud of them.
You know who you should be a fan of is BJ McLeod. You want to talk about a regular ass dude?
Yeah.
So maybe
I'm a fan of BJ McLeod letting Daniel Dye get in a cup car on Sunday.
You should get rid of all of your Kyle Larson stuff and just get some McLeod shirts.
It's hard to find those. They don't have sponsors on them anymore.
That's true. It's a big sad face for me. Big sad face for me. I did a few of his stuff too.
Did you?
Yeah. Not so much anymore. Anymore. Dries up after a while. Once you do a few too many starting parts and stuff like that, dries up. Yeah. So funny part too. I don't know if I can't say the race because I don't want to get in trouble, but there was a race where BJ McLeod kept getting lapped over and over and over, and our chat was like for work. Our chat was kind of funny because nobody was upset about him driving so slow because they were on TV probably every 4 to 5 laps. They were so ecstatic. It was the funniest ass backwards thing I've ever read in my life. Just the text messages going back and forth. There's a
line in Straight Outta Compton, the new one that came out. Well, it's not new anymore, but the one that came out a little while back with those guys. And there's a line in it that said, "Not like bad publicity is still good publicity."
Yeah.
You know. And so, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as many times as you can get your car on television, regardless of how fast people are driving by you, your car is on television.
That's a real thing, too. That it was just, that was the first time I've actually seen
genuinely believe that's how Rick Ware Racing is selling sponsorships right now.
Something like that.
I don't understand the NASCAR business part. I don't understand the NASCAR business part. I've never been that guy. The reason I got into NASCAR in the first place is because I've been a tire guy and an alignment guy my whole life. And the idea of the car setups and stuff like that, now I can't do it in iRacing. You could tell me to go build a setup for Daytona and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And literally all you have to do is set the car to go straight. Like that's all you have to do. but like real world, like I get really intrigued. Like when we used to live in southern Utah, we go down to Vegas every year for the spring race and camp out and do like the whole 4-day thing on the infield and everything. And while everybody was overdoing, like the goat yoga and bingo and all the wild shit they do on Las Vegas infield stuff, I was standing at the gate with my son, like looking at cars, asking as team members were walking by, I'd be like, hey, real quick, what's the camber setting on that left front? Like I understand that it's a massive positive camber, but like help me understand why it is that way. What is the numbers? I want to know these things. And you'd like this. A lot of the truck guys were super cool about it, and oddly enough, it was a lot of the Thor Sport people were more than happy to talk to you and have a conversation with you and answer some questions. And then there were other teams that weren't as enjoyable to try to talk to. They just give you that look like shut the fuck up and get back to your campsite. But like it was cool to learn that stuff, and then on top of everything else on the weekend, you meet drivers, you're in the winner's circle, you're getting autographs from dudes, and like Las Vegas Motor Speedway is the only infield experience I've ever had, but like I don't know if anybody could match it, even if I do go to another place to the infield.
Right.
So, but that's the reason I got into NASCAR in the first place, was because I was intrigued on how they made the cars from a mechanical perspective do what they do, and which has really steered into being a fan of all other kinds of racing, just because like, if nothing else, like I'm not in any kind of aero space type of job, right? Like I don't really care how the wind goes over the car. I want to know how, if you sent that chassis out with nothing but a chair and a steering wheel, how are you going to make it make that corner? And that's the intriguing stuff to me. The business side and all that stuff, like I'm still very much, hillbilly when it comes to that. I don't care how much the purse is. I don't want to know. I want to know how you made the car turn left at 190 miles an hour. That's what I want to know. So anyhow, what else, RB?
I don't know. We could probably start wrapping this up if you want to.
Chris, what we like to do at the end, pass it over to you, give your shout outs,
Man,
sponsorships and stuff. Yeah,
did you see what I did last night in my post race interview?
God's honest truth. I walked
I did.
outside after I wrecked.
I said I forgot my sponsors. Steven's up next. He'll tell me.
Yeah, he's got my back. And then Steven comes in. He's like, man, I hope I remember him.
Wait, so wait, what'd you? Man, you see why I get my ass kicked by my voice. What'd you just say? What do you want me to do? You want me to go over sponsors and thank yous? And
so we're fixing to wrap this up. So yeah, give your shout outs, thank your sponsors, thank whoever you'd like to.
And RB, you don't have to cut any of that. It's totally fine. So just gotta give a big shout out to Wraithline Skate. I am actually reading, by the way, just so even my sponsor knows. So Wraithline Skate Company, Quicksilver Gaming PCs, City Freight, Muscarella Enterprises, Race Wrap Guy. I almost forgot myself. That's
hey, you forget yourself.
Yeah, so Race Wrap Guy. Honestly, I know I keep saying this in everything I do. So I'll give a big shout out to everybody who's making AMP operate smoothly, because no matter like what kind of problems might come up, I think it's running pretty smooth. I've ran leagues before. I've raced in a lot of leagues before, so it runs pretty smooth. I just want to give a shout out to you guys. That's pretty much it, I guess. Big shout out to Steven and Michael Mulquin. They've been helping me along quite a bit. Probably more than what they take, just giving me feedback, and also at times telling me to chill the hell out and shut the hell up too. So just want to give a shout out to them for being good teammates.
Very good. Perfect. And I give my shout outs. Shout out to, my wife, my family. Appreciate them. Without them giving me this time doesn't exist. Shout out to Stuff at Burgers, Black Creek Diesel, a couple of sponsors with me this year. Another big shout out to Race Wrap Guy. Not sure if you've heard of him, but he's in this picture right here. That's that guy. He put together my Wiener Dog car. If you haven't seen it, go to Signature Esports on YouTube. Shout out to him as well. And watch the race back. You'll see it do a couple of cool things. Then you'll see it drive straight into the wall at the very end of the race. Super cool. So excited that happened. Public apology to Clint Hackett for being behind me with nowhere to go. Sorry about that, brother. And every week, shout out to RB. He does all the hard stuff. He is the guy that sends the link. He's the guy that cuts it. He's the guy that puts it up, doing all of the interaction stuff, pushing it out there. Without RB, this literally does not exist. So appreciate everything you do, RB. And with that, I'll pass it on to you.
So
RB cannot take a compliment for shit.
Hey, I'm just a humble guy.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And for the record, I've done a podcast too in the past for my leagues, and it is not easy. I had no clue what I was doing, so
I'm
just
learning
keep up
as
the
we
good
go.
work. Yeah, it's tough. It's a lot tougher than what people would believe. So if
Yeah.
anybody's got a problem with that, they should probably just try to make one themselves and see.
Yeah. See how you do it.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to AMP and because this wouldn't be happening without AMP. This wouldn't be happening without. Well, it wouldn't. It might happen without Race Rap Guy, but it wouldn't be as easy to do because it would all fall on just me and Colby. So appreciate Race Rap Guy for helping us in the financial way. If you want to find out who he is and if you would like to order a wrap, you will find his link in the description of this video. Is facebook.com/race rap guy. That is the link you're looking for. Also, Signature Esports. If you want to check out Amp Racing League, you can find it on Signature Esports every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Ryan Went and Leadfoot Motorsports is a brand new league that's coming up. I am a part of that as well. We got 4 series going. Our truck series just kicked off last week. We are starting a 360 wing sprint car dirt league that is starting May 18th. So if you're into that, then come check us out. We also have O'Reilly coming up and Next Gen in the near future. So if you want to get into that, then definitely go to discord.com or discord.com discord.gg/leadfoot. And I'm going to go ahead and do this just because he's here. I wasn't going to do this tonight, but I'm going to now because I can't not read it in front of the guy. So let's see if I can make an ass out of myself. Here we go.
Should we interrupt him every 5 seconds?
I do.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by a Minecraft paint and pour decisions? We got good news. Race Rap Guy can fix it. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, Race Rap Guy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of a back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any iRace wrap car, or any real race car as well. Same deal.
That's the coolest part about iRacing.
Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. And if that deal has long since expired, then you got to yell at the guy sitting next to me. So stop showing up on the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let Race Rap Guy make your car look like it actually belongs there. That was one of my better reads.
That really was. Bravo.
And we still almost interrupted him. I thought about it too.
Oh, I did. I 100% did. The cool thing about iRacing is your iRacing car actually looks just like a real car, just in a digital version that's smaller on a TV screen.
I was going to try to start doing funny things on my camera. I was like, nah, just let him be. Let him be.
You don't understand, man. It's that. I got that ADH, old butterfly kind of syndrome going on.
Yeah, I couldn't read that at all, man. I think I told Colby today, I'm like, I don't even know. I'll probably forget what I'm saying half the time I'm talking. So the fact that I didn't feel like I did tonight is pretty impressive.
Hey, I forget what I'm saying all the time. That's what happens when you start getting old. It's like, what was I just talking about? But all right, go ahead and finish wrapping this up. Thank you to everybody listening. We are growing a little bit. We got a couple new subscribers this last week. That's pretty cool. And we're consistently getting more views. More than just the Amp Racing League is watching this, from what I can tell, because there's only 30 some people in here, and we're getting 40 plus, 50 plus. One time I got 90. So we're getting more and more people watching. So hopefully it continues, and hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
And see.
Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and pour decisions? Well, good news. Race Rap Guy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, Race Rap Guy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, Listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let Race Wrap Guy make your car look like it actually belongs there.